How's everyone doing? I just got a package in the mail and I know who it's from and I know what's in here, but I figured I'd go ahead and do an unboxing for it. It actually comes from Stephanie, MovieChatter on here. I've actually become good friends with her, and that's one of the things I'm thankful for YouTube and this community on here, movie community, Blu-ray collecting community, horror community, all the communities, because not only have I found some really cool movies to check out that I didn't know about before, and it's a great place to talk movies, but I've also made some really good friends, and Stephanie has become a really good friend of mine. I talk to her, through text nearly every day, and we've hung out a couple times. We do plan to do some videos together once things kind of calm down and this craziness going on. But she's awesome, has a great collection. I really enjoy hearing her opinions on movies as well. So definitely go check her channel out, MovieChatter. High recommendation. And this is very generous. I know what's in here, and she told me, and I have something picked out for her, but I definitely need to get more, because the one thing isn't enough for this. And she actually hooked me up before. I have something over here which is pertinent to this. I gotta alphabetize my horror movie collection. It's like right next to me. It's just, I'm so close though. Look forward to more of the random horror Blu-ray shelf videos. I'm almost done. So I feel like I'm making some steps here, some progress. So I've done 2 in the past, week essentially. I'm gonna do another one. So look forward to that coming up soon. But I'm gonna go ahead and open it up and show you what's in the box. What's in the box? Unforgettable now. Tell me what that's from. You gotta know if you're a movie fan. First up is Guns Akimbo. I was actually sent a screening link for this, and I'm still going to post a review for it. I hate editing, but I do want to do more movie reviews. But I love this film. This is a New Zealand film starring Daniel Radcliffe, and he is so much more than Harry Potter. The different movies that he's done. Swiss Army Man, a really good subversive film. Horns was a really good one. Imperium was another one where he's like a undercover agent playing a neo-Nazi. That was a really good one too, but he's an amazing actor, and I love it. To me, this is a modern cult classic film. New Zealand is doing some amazing films coming out. This is directed by Jason Lee Howden, who directed Deathgasm. Deathgasm, a really good horror, heavy metal horror movie is what I would call it, but it's kind of a horror comedy. I feel like New Zealand in general, all the way back to Peter Jackson days, it's a great mixture of the horror and comedy. I feel like there's so many good ones coming out of New Zealand right now. So definitely excited. What We Do in the Shadows was like a huge one for me. That one just blew me the heck away. And I haven't checked out the TV series, but I've heard great things about the TV series. But if you haven't checked out What We Do in the Shadows, I used to think it was underrated, but now I feel like everybody knows about it, especially, because the TV series too came out. But the movie is so much fun. Great horror comedy, kind of like a mixture of real world meets vampires. But Guns Akimbo was, there's some like online streaming service where you have to like fight to the death. It's called Schism, and Daniel Radcliffe plays kind of like this geeky guy, and he goes on there and he's kind of like, rattling the cages of people on there who are like saying, oh, the people that are watching this stuff is just the worst people out there. And so they find out who he is, and they bolt these guns to his hands. You can see it there. What's interesting? Canada has a slipcover for this. And in the slipcover for it, they have the guns on there. And on here, for the US one, they do not, which is interesting to me. But yeah, I love this movie so much. So basically, he's thrown into the game, and he's trying to fight to survive. And he's going up against a female character called Nyx, who's like undefeated. And it's played by Samara Weaving, who I absolutely love her. She's like one of my biggest celebrity crushes right now. She's so awesome to me. But she's been in The Babysitter. She's been in a movie called Mayhem, which I think is a really good one, kind of underrated. I don't hear people talk about that one quite as much. I feel like there was kind of a rash of movies very similar to that came out around the same time, like Belko Experiment, very much like Belko Experiment. It also stars Glenn from The Walking Dead, but that's a really good one. But Samara Weaving, I absolutely love her. I think she is so good, and she's so awesome in here. And it took me a minute to realize who it was too. When I was watching, I was like, sounds familiar, looks familiar. I can't quite place it because she looks, different. She doesn't necessarily look hot in this one, the look for her, but she has a really, rough backstory too. But so basically, he's going up against her, and she's, you know, she doesn't care about who he is. She's, you know, trying to kill him so she can go on and, you know, win. And, you know, all the people are watching all of this go down. All the people online, they're all rooting, you know, to see him get killed, essentially. And so he's got these guns bolted to his hands, and he's trying to, like, you know, get the police to help him. And the police see his guns in his hands, and they're shooting after him too. But there's some really funny scenes. The scene with this guy right there is so good. But yeah, so the director of Deathgasm was his feature-length directorial debut too. What a great directorial debut. But this is his second feature-length film. So happy to get the slipcover for this too. So happy to get this movie. I love this movie so much. All out balls to the wall action, just tons of, you know, shooting and fight scenes and stuff like that. It is so over the top. It is great. It is hilarious. To me, a modern cult classic film. Guns akimbo. I love the heck out of it. Love the cast. Can't wait to see more from the director too, Jason Lee Howden. So yeah, and then the lead guy from Deathgasm has a small role in this too, and some good special features too. But dig the heck out of this. And I still think it's interesting that, you know, America, known for the guns. They, you know, the censorship still goes on though, and we didn't get the slipcover with the guns, but Canada did. But love the heck out of this movie. Highly recommend it. Thank you so much, Stephanie. So awesome and so generous. She ended up getting like an extra copy of this, so I definitely appreciate the heck out of that. This is one that she told me, I think she told me she got this for my birthday, which it's funny because we hung out, and then, like, you know, everything happened going on in the world, so we didn't hang out for a bit, and, you know, it's almost my birthday again. So this is essentially like a birthday present. This is amazing. This is like Christmas right here. But she actually gave me, I know I have it over here somewhere, and I'm terrible because nothing is organized. I have, you know, a general idea of where it is, but she gave me the previous Suspiria release on Blu-ray from Synapse, and I have it over here. Just can't find it, and I'm gonna mess it up. Oh, wait. I found it. Here it is. She gave me this one, which I absolutely love. I thought it was like amazing. And then they came out with the 4K. I feel like, you know, certain companies are doing that a lot now. Scream Factory's going to be releasing a lot of their films in 4K coming up, but Blue Underground too. They'll just do like a new, you know, transfer, and then like a year later they got the 4K coming out. And you know, I feel like horror fans, we kind of drive the physical media market, so they know they're going to get us. For the most part, most of us are like that. So I love Suspiria, one of my favorite horror movies. Great, one of my favorite 70s horror as well. And the colors in here, that's one of the things that just blew me away. The score, the colors, mind-blowing. Now, I will say it's not my favorite Dario Argento movie. It's my second favorite Dario Argento movie. My favorite Dario Argento movie is Phenomena. Let me know what your favorite Dario Argento movie is. But yeah, Phenomena is one I think is actually underrated. I don't hear enough people talking about that one. That movie is crazy as well. Everything going on in that movie. You got Jennifer Connelly, you know, she can control insects, and there's a deformed child, there's a crazy mother, there's a monkey wielding a razor blade. So much going on in that movie. The score there was amazing too, the soundtrack, the Valley song especially, but I digress. Suspiria, again, one of my all-time favorite movies too. I'm excited to check out the transfer. I thought the transfer on the previous Blu-ray release was so amazing, new transfer for that. And Suspiria is one of those movies, certain like all-time favorites of mine. I'll keep the other edition. So I've got the old DVD special edition, like the real thick one, and I'm going to keep that Blu-ray too. I love the artwork for it. Plus, you know, Stephanie, she gave me that Suspiria, you gave me this Suspiria. If they ever produce another Suspiria, you know, I'm just kidding. But this is, I'm so excited to check it out. The new restoration here. And again, on 4K. I feel like that was one of the things initially when 4K came out. I wasn't certain, you know, how it was going to stick around because I wasn't seeing a lot of like horror titles released, and horror is my favorite genre by far. And now I feel like there's some really great horror releases on 4K. And I just got the Halloween Steelbook, which I did the unboxing review for that coming up. I'll be talking about that more, so stay tuned, by the way, for another video coming up about that. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But yeah, so there's been some great horror 4K releases, and I do love that artwork too. That artwork is so amazing. But yeah, that one of the biggest things that just blew me away, especially when I was younger, first watching this. I believe this, I can't remember which Dario Argento movie I saw first, but this was early on in my horror viewing experience. And as a kid, I had seen nothing like it at the time. Basically about this girl who goes to a ballet school in Germany, and all these murders start happening, and she's, finding out more about the school and the people there. And it's part of the Three Mothers trilogy, which I have Inferno right next to me, and Mother of Tears. To me, this is by far the best of that trilogy right there. But let me know your favorite Dario Argento movie. But yeah, again, I had seen nothing like it at the time. It was mind-blowing to me when I was younger. Just the score, the colors, that's one of the, I'm so excited to check that out for that aspect of it. But such an amazing, thrilling film. And there's like the classic artwork right there. I dig that. So yeah, I'm really excited. Oh, a nice thick booklet in here too. I definitely appreciate the booklets. Especially, if it's behind the scenes information and stuff like, okay, it's not a booklet, it's a catalog. I'm just silly. I dove right in. It says it right there on the front cover, but I saw the booklet and I was thinking, oh, it's a booklet. But I still dig that. I like actually the catalogs too. I love seeing for older releases. I remember having a VHS and there was like a catalog in there. I don't really collect VHS, but it was just like one that I had, and I was looking through there. There's like certain ones I'll keep for collector purposes. Like this is one of those movies I'll collect any edition out there for it because it's an all-time favorite movie. John Carpenter's The Thing, Phenomena, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Suspiria, certain movies like that. Some of my all-time favorites. So really, so excited to check that out. I'm probably going to be popping that in a minute. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Super generous. Yeah, she told me she got this, I'm pretty sure, for last year as like a birthday thing. Very kind. To me, again, she's one of like the nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. I can't say enough great things about her. And just the fact that, it's a small world that, she's making YouTube videos on here. She's also in New Jersey. So Garden State Unite. There's actually a lot of people in New Jersey making YouTube videos on here for the movie community, Blu-ray collecting community. So super cool, and then this, she told me she had an extra copy of this too. I joined a giveaway on Instagram for this. And I told her about that, and she's like, oh, I have an extra copy. She gets extra copies sometimes of certain things, and it's so funny. Love the heck out of this film. And I'm so happy to have this Steelbook for this. That classic artwork right there. This, again, was one of the earlier horror movies I ever saw. The very first one was the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Johnny Depp getting sucked through the bed, the blood splattering up. That was just such an iconic experience in film. I'll never forget it. As a little kid, I snuck downstairs when my parents were sleeping to watch it, and I love it. So, but this is an early one: Killer Clowns from Outer Space, The Exorcist, certain ones that are like essentially all-time classics that would be on TV. This is another one as well, and then this was shot here in New Jersey too. I'm still waiting for Friday the 13th in the Snow. I recently saw the fan-made film by Womp Stomp Films. Never Hike Alone was the first one, and then Never Hike in the Snow. Never Hike in the Snow, though, I didn't realize it was going to be 31 minutes. I thought it was going to be, like the original one was like, I don't know, 56 minutes, 59 minutes, something like that, essentially like an hour. So I'm hoping that, there will eventually be a Friday the 13th in the Snow. It snows here in Jersey, it snows here in New York, Jason Takes Manhattan. But yeah, the Womp Stomp Films, definitely check them out. They're going to be making a Never Hike Alone 2. But all their future, like, blown away, like, amazing stuff. But thank you so much, Stephanie, for the Steelbook for this. Again, I love that. I'm really picky when it comes to Steelbooks now. I used to buy a ton. There's like some of my Steelbook collection right there. Got rid of a bunch actually, but again, horror is my favorite genre. So usually if I get like a Steelbook, it's going to be a horror movie, and it also depends on the movie and then the artwork as well. But to me, this is like a classic artwork, and it's amazing. It's iconic. It's just nostalgia for me, and I love the movie. And I did recently get the Friday the 13th box set, which I showed on here, which is like right in front. I want to delve into that more. So I dig the heck out of that. And I feel like, again, the issues that people are talking about, I've gotten so many stupid comments. I made a post on Instagram. People enjoy all the disc errors. You're an idiot, that person who said that. I feel like nobody would even realize the errors that were on there unless, there wasn't all the hubbub about it on online. We're talking about like split-second scenes, or an audio that isn't in there for like literally a second, or a shot that was supposed to be spliced in there with a wrist again, which was like a second, and then the credit sequence, which is like a second. So the issues are very minuscule, and they're going to do the replacement program with the discs. They've already announced that they're going to be doing that. So there's really no issues to be had. There's no people that are arguing about this are the same people that complain about everything in their life, and they're just unhappy people. It's an amazing set. It is the definitive Friday the 13th collection by far. The artwork is amazing. All the new transfers, the special features, just everything about it is perfection. It is amazing. Those minor quality control details, again, minuscule, and they're going to be sending out the replacement discs for it. Somebody asked me, like, how do you do it? There'll be an email. You can contact them. You just have to show them proof of purchase. They're not finished doing the corrected discs for those ones, for, again, those just split seconds on those 3 different movies. Friday the 13th Part 3, Jason Goes to Hell, and then Jason X. Again, I feel like nobody would even know about those issues if somebody else didn't make a big hubbub about it. So minor, so minuscule, but I digress. And that's the thing. I feel like, 3 movies in here, and I'm turning it into, a 16-minute video already. I wanted to open this up and show you the artwork, but my nails aren't, talons, so I'm having a hard time opening this. So just stay with me, though. Stay with me. I almost got it, Hold on a minute. But yeah, let me know your all-time favorite slasher and your all-time favorite slasher franchise as well. There we go. I got it. Let me know your favorite 70s horror movie. I feel like there's like 15 that have to be on the list. I feel like they have like a minimum 12. I feel like certain ones that are just prerequisites for 70s horror. But here we go. Here is the Steelbook. Nice glossy finish. There's the back with special features right there. And this is the 40th anniversary edition. And then Killer Mama Killer. And I love this. Oh my gosh. There's a digital code, which I'll probably do like a giveaway for the digital code soon too. It's the uncut disc. There you go. And there's interior artwork, which I dig that too. But really for me, it's about that classic poster artwork that it's just so iconic and nostalgia. I love it so much. And, let me know your favorite sequel in the Friday the 13th franchise as well. But yeah, for me, it's my favorite of the big 3 slasher franchises, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and then Friday the 13th. I say this all the time. I feel like Halloween gets the most love, but to me, they have the worst sequels by far. And that's just my opinion. I've had other people completely disagree with me. But yeah, for me, I love all of these films, even the ones that people hate. So again, thank you so much, Stephanie. This is really generous, really kind, really amazing. I thank you for this gift. Thank you for your friendship. I enjoy talking to you pretty much every day. I feel like we can relate on a lot of different things, and it's cool to have people on here that you can talk to that know the experience of, uploading videos, dealing with, trolls on the internet, talking movies on here, having that whole experience, dealing with YouTube, dealing with things like that. Also dealing with trying to, get review copies and stuff like that, dealing with different, PR people and all that stuff, collecting as well. We always joke, hashtag, collector problems, stuff like that. And, she helped me organize some of my collection and get rid of stuff last year. She helped me find, I've got these 2 other Atlantic drawbridge, smaller bookcase shelves. The ones in the back you see here are from IKEA, and I've got like 9 of those ones. They're the tall, wide Billy bookcases from IKEA, but then I have 2 smaller Atlantic drawbridge ones, which I got off of Amazon. And they were a really good price on there. I think it was like $25 or something like that each for those ones. These ones were like, I don't know, like 90 or something. But yeah, so I appreciate, your help, Stephanie, helping me thin down the collection. I'm gonna need your help again soon with that though, because it's gotten out of hand again. It's a constant ebb and flow. Again, hashtag collector problems. I try to get as many movies, that I get in. I try to get that many out the door each month, and it's a battle. And I've definitely hit that impasse. Again, I don't ever want to keep things in my collection that I can't see myself rewatching again. I'm not trying to have things just to have them. Space is at a premium. So again, for all 3 of these films, these are films that I absolutely love, and I will rewatch the heck out of all these. Guns Akimbo, one of my favorite recent film, one of my favorite movies of the year. To me, I consider, again, a modern cult classic. Love this film so much. Great mixture of the action, comedy. Again, I would say it's cultish. Again, it has some horror elements. I don't know if it's more thriller action, but the comedic parts. And again, I love the cast here too, especially Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving. And I love the way that it plays out too. certain times I feel like when they do certain movies, it's kind of formulaic, predictable, and kind of a cop-out ending. And I feel like that wasn't that case here. I love it so much. I'm a big fan of Samara Weaving, big fan of Daniel Radcliffe. I wasn't like the biggest Harry Potter fan. It's grown on me now. When I first saw it, I was like, it's just a bunch of, pale, sickly British kids flying around on broomsticks. What, But now I definitely appreciate that franchise a lot more. But I think he's such a tremendous actor. Been around for a while doing so many different things, again, Swiss Army Man, Horns, Imperium, Guns Akimbo, even the Lady in Black remake. I thought that was good. The sequel was trash, but the original one, I feel like that deserves a release over here. I know it got a release over in the UK on Blu-ray, I believe, but not here in the US. So that's one that I absolutely love. Suspiria, all-time classic, one of my all-time favorite movies. It blew my mind as a kid. Again, just the soundtrack, just the tension in there, the color palette that they used, mind-blowing for a horror movie. Like, the movies that I saw up at to that point were kind of very straightforward. Again, like Friday the 13th, it was, the slasher aspects of the 80s slasher elements, so different. Again, the Italian Dario Argento, you've got the giallo, different things affecting there. So it's a different kind of, culture, different way of shooting things, and the giallos and all that kind of stuff. So I like the elements there. And there's certain things I feel like they do in other countries that they don't necessarily do over here in the U.S. And again, speaking completely different of the film aspect, but just the slipcover, it's so interesting to me. I feel like, you can before you go to Walmart, get a gun, but now you can't show it on the slipcover. You get the censored version of whatever music or movie title at Walmart, but they'll sell guns. Makes no sense to me. I was telling this story actually today. When I was like 7 years old, I was with my grandfather in Virginia at a grocery store. I think it might have been Farm Fresh, which I think no longer exists. It just went out like last year. But I was 7 years old. There was like a little, quarter machine, not like a claw game, but kind of similar. Like it was like this little arm that would knock these little things off. And inside the disc containers was like, a fake watch or something like that. Different things. But when I got it in there, it knocked over. I won something. I don't know, it was like a quarter or 50 cents or whatever it was to play it at the time. And it knocked out, and it was a pocket knife. And on the pocket knife, there was like a scene of like a painted scene of like, a deer drinking out of a creek with the woods behind it. And I still have that somewhere, although like the artwork is all like scratched off now. But it was a pocket knife. It was, a small pocket knife, but 7 years old. I'm just thinking now, like that would be unheard of. There'd be some lady in front of Walmart screaming, "I'm gonna sue, my kid got a knife," like. But it was such a different, also it's down south, but it's just a different way of life back then to now. I just think it's funny, like how different it is, how overly PC and censored everything is. And I don't know, I kind of miss a lot of that aspect. I feel like we've made some, right steps in the right direction, but we've also taken some regression with the progression. But a big step forward, a couple steps back. But got to keep the positivity on here. Again, this is an all-time classic too, so definitely going to be rewatching this. And certain ones I'll like to keep, for collector purposes. I'll get multiple editions of Suspiria, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. So, I say Spaces at a premium, trying to get rid of all the titles, but I'm still trying to make room for, multiple copies of my favorite movies too. Let me know, are there movies that you have multiple copies of? Maybe some of your favorite movies or something that you think has really cool artwork or a special edition, collector's edition, something like that. Let me know your favorite slasher movie of all time, your favorite slasher franchise. Let me know your favorite 70s horror movie, your favorite Dario Argento movie. What you think is a modern classic. Give me something like that too. So there you go. Those were the goodies right there. The gift box of awesomeness from Stephanie. Thank you again so much for these. Again, super kind, super generous, super nice. And thank you, most importantly, for your friendship. Getting to talk to you every day, just about life, movies, collecting, YouTube, all that stuff. It's been important for me, and hopefully you've enjoyed my friendship and talking to me as well. I think she's awesome. Again, if you are on here collecting movies, definitely check out her channel, MovieChatter. I'll put a link down below. She has an amazing collection, and Again, she's just got great personality, and I feel like her tastes align with mine as well. So I definitely appreciate that. Like, I remember we've had this discussion together before where there's been certain movies that people have just raved about, and we're both like, what are these people smoking? Like, this movie was trash. So I feel like it's hard to find people with the same kind of, you know, feelings like that, tastes like that. You know, it doesn't always line up, but for the most part, we align on that. So I definitely appreciate that aspect as well. So thank you so much, Stephanie, MovieChatter. Check her out. She's awesome. One of my favorite people, definitely on here for sure, but also she's become, you know, a really good friend of mine in real life. But it was thanks to YouTube, thanks to the movie community, thanks to the Blu-ray collecting community. So it's awesome on here. And, you know, I always try to encourage people to make videos too. I've had people say, you know, that they want to make videos. I'm like, definitely do it. You know, there's always, when you make videos on here, there's always going to be some negativity. There's going to be some trolls, but the positives far outweigh the negatives. Just block those people. You know, obviously they're unhappy with their own thing. They're projecting their own issues, their life, whatever. But it's so much fun on here to talk movies, to collect, and, you know, make friends and find new movies you maybe not didn't know about before. But again, you get that bond, and I think that's amazing across the world, but also, you know, locally too. So again, it's super awesome. Thank you so much. I know I've rambled. I talk so much. So thank you for your patience if you're sticking with me right now to the end of this video. I really appreciate. I'm going to be doing some giveaways. You know, stay tuned for that because it's going to be pertinent to this that I've been talking about, and also MovieChatter as well. She's a big part of it, why some of these giveaways are going to happen. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys are doing well out there. I hope you're enjoying, you know, the 31 days of Halloween. I've been trying to upload a video every single day so far. I've been doing it, and trying to make, you know, horror Halloween content, and I want to make more of it for sure as well. This month is already essentially halfway over. It's crazy. This year is almost over. But I have so many more videos I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through them all. Video concepts I have written out. You know, I wanted to go ahead and do it. I didn't get the chance to make videos before this month to really prepare, but I still have a bunch of videos I want to do. So stay tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying October, you know, Halloween season essentially. Let me know what scary movies, horror movies, some really good ones that you've seen recently that you would recommend checking out. Leave me those comments, all those comments down below. Thank you again for the support on here. I really do appreciate it. You all rock, and I hope everybody's doing well. Take care.